back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Flash Thick Stick Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, please keep watching. This is what the packaging looks like. You get 0.16 ounces or 4.6 grams. Then you do have the shade name at the top. This is number 25, Salted Caramel. When you open up the packaging, this is what the foundation stick looks like. It is super, super small. Like, let's open it up. And again, this is the shade Salted Caramel. Let's see how much product we get. Wow, so that's basically all the product that you get. When you compare this foundation stick to my Makeup Revolution foundation stick, which costs $9, I didn't even tell you the price of this yet. This is $18. This is $9. You get a little bit more product on the Makeup Revolution. You get 0.21 ounces or 6.2 grams. I used this twice. So this is my new stick foundation, and this is brand new, and I haven't even swatched it yet. So look at the difference. You get a little bit more product with the Makeup Revolution. Flash is an extension of Revlon, and this is available at Ulta. I also picked up the shade Toffee in number 26. It's a little bit darker. I feel like it should have been cheaper. It should have been like maybe $9 or $8. $18 is kind of expensive for this amount of product. Now let's see what shade we're in. We're first going to try out the shade number 25, Salted Caramel. Ooh, wow, that's actually a really good match. Blended in very nicely. Okay, Toffee. I actually think I can use both of these shades. I'm going to do a quick swatch on the back of my hand so you guys can see the difference. The caramel is on the bottom and Toffee is at the top. I've already primed and moisturized my skin. For moisturizer, I went in with my Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Gel. And then for primer, I have my Milani Prime Correct. I'm going to apply Salted Caramel on this side of my face. Just going to draw some lines. Let's just use our fingers to see if we can blend this out. I normally would never use my hands, but I feel like a little bit does go a long way though. Since you get a little bit of product, I wouldn't want to waste it by using a brush and then have the product sit on the brush or even on a beauty blender, so might as well use my fingers, right? So I don't feel like it covered anything. I just feel like it blended out into nothing. What do you guys think? Do you guys notice the difference? I do see a little bit of difference, like my redness is kind of reduced. It didn't really cover up much though. So I probably think this would be a light to medium coverage. We are going to build up the foundation where it needs to be built up. I think this foundation would be great if you're like a minimalistic person, if you don't like a lot of foundations. If you're full coverage like I am, you probably won't like this foundation. Still, it didn't cover up my redness, so let's see if we can do like a third layer of it. I feel like I'm using a little bit too much product. Like, is this gonna last me throughout the entire week? I don't know, you guys. Looks good. I like that, but 3 layers. And then I want to use Toffee on this side. I think since we're already using our fingers, just, you know, rub this in. Wow, okay, so Toffee definitely covered the redness up. I can definitely see that as soon as I'm rubbing this in, but it is like a very sheer coverage to me. If you guys have problem areas like I do, I have redness, I have a little bit of pimples. If you want something like a light foundation, I definitely think this is your option. It is summertime. Let's see for $18 how this will last throughout the entire day. That's 1 layer of Toffee. I do like the Salted Caramel a little bit more. Let's do another little layer of Toffee right where my redness is. Don't you guys hate it when you're watching a foundation video? The person who's applying the foundation, they apply the foundation and then they use a ton of concealer. I hate that. How do you know it's not the concealer holding up the foundation? Like, the foundation could be crumbling, but you have no clue because they applied a ton of concealer, like here, here, here. It's just everywhere. The whole face is just covered with concealer. It really, really bothers me, you guys. This is why I have to test out the foundation for myself. Because I know a lot of people, they apply the foundation and then they apply like a popular concealer, which they know it's gonna last. Like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, or they use the Tarte Shape Tape. Like, of course, those are long-lasting concealers, but is your foundation long-lasting? We don't know. I'm gonna apply a 3rd layer of Toffee. I'm gonna try to drag this down to our neck, how we are currently looking. Flesh foundation is very, very light coverage. It's very sheer. I have a little bit of my Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. I'm going to take a little bit of it and we're just going to set this. I want to give this foundation like a really good chance of lasting throughout the day. I want it to last. This is why I didn't want to use a brush. I feel like the foundation kind of went on my brush a little bit and away from my face after I patted it in with the setting powder. I'm going to spray my face with the Smashbox primer water just to kind of set everything. I can give it a fair shot of working out. So let's see how the foundation does last throughout the entire day. I will come back and check back in with you guys, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the night of me testing out the Flesh Thickest foundation. This is what the foundation is currently looking like. I am a bit oily, as you guys can see. I've been wearing this foundation for about 8.5 hours, going on 9 hours. I do feel like the foundation kind of just separated, it broke apart, and it just kind of faded away. I don't even think there's any foundation on my face, to be quite honest. It just looks like my face is bare. I'm not wearing any foundation. For $18, I expected this foundation to at least last a little bit longer. If the formula is not that great, then why would I be purchasing an $18 foundation? I mean, the packaging, I'm not paying for packaging because this is a cheap plastic drugstore packaging. It looks like I'm worn out. I just look like a hot mess, to be quite honest. Let's do a blotting test to see how much foundation does come off. I have my tissue here. We're just going to blot one side of my face. It looks like a lot of the foundation did kind of come off. First impression, I don't like how the foundation wore throughout the day. I felt like it was breaking apart. I'm so glad that I did not blot throughout the day. If I did blot throughout the entire day, there would not be any foundation on my face. You would just see redness and just my dark circles. You guys saw that I set this foundation with setting powder. I even sprayed it with setting spray. So I expected a lot from this $18 foundation. Sadly, I'm disappointed. That's my first impression. We will see how this foundation does last the entire week. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week to see how the foundation does last, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, so it is the end of the week of me testing out the Flesh foundation. Final thoughts on this foundation is that I don't like how it wears throughout the day. I currently have the foundation on, and the foundation does apply very dewy. I did try this foundation on with a brush and a beauty blender, and it did not blend as well. I felt like the tools that I was using, the beauty blender and the foundation brush that I was using, it just soaked up the product. Like the brush just didn't even move the product around. Using your fingers, if you do want this foundation, using your fingers is your best bet. For me, I would not personally recommend this foundation if you do have oily skin, because this foundation will just disappear on you. It's not worth the $18 in my opinion. Let me show you guys how much foundation I used the entire week. I did end up using the entire tube, you guys. Literally the entire tube. Paying $18 for 0.16 ounces. A lot of money for this foundation. And not only that, I don't even like the name Flesh. I find that a little bit creepy. For the coverage that I needed personally, I needed about 3 to 4 layers. Every day when I applied this foundation, I felt like I was using too much of it. But it wasn't giving me the coverage that I wanted. Taking time from my morning routine where I just apply so much of the foundation, and then throughout the day the foundation just kind of breaks apart. When I come home, there's nothing on my face. You can see texture, my dark circles, my redness peeking through. You can see all my imperfections using this Flesh foundation. I can't even tell you guys if blush, bronzer, or anything does sit well using this foundation because I haven't tried that. I just set the foundation with setting powder, and I did feel like using the brush while setting this foundation, it was just taking up the foundation. So I felt like if I went in with bronzer or blush, it would just take away the foundation. That's why I didn't even attempt to use blush or bronzer this week while using this foundation. If you do have dry skin, I feel like this foundation would work best for you, but I'm not sure if the foundation will disappear on your skin. Let me know in the comments down below if you do have dry skin and if you have tried this foundation before. I would love to hear your thoughts. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.